guys, we are here at Soundset 2019, Bo Weber with Music in Minnesota, and we are here with Cashinova. First question I have for you is, on your bio it says that your parents are first generation Cambodian immigrants.
Yeah.
And I thought that was really interesting, and I'm really intrigued by that, and I want to know more about what that was like growing up.
It was, it makes things a challenge. It makes a lot of things a challenge. Like school is a challenge because it's not like they're not, I'm teaching them things as we're growing up. You know what I mean? It's not like they know everything because they're still learning the culture. But the history of Cambodians being in America, we had a genocide that we went through. So in Cambodia, there was like a rebel group that took over the capital, took over many cities and killed, man, don't quote me, but it's like a quarter of the population or a quarter million of or something like that, of people of the population or whatever. And what happened was thousands of Cambodian families got displaced in project homes. It was just projects, that's where we started. It wasn't like we came here with money. We were fleeing from it. My parents were like stepping over dead bodies because their families getting killed right behind them, bombs left and right. There's landmines and stuff they got to worry about. So my parents went through all that. They moved to like the Philippines. They got their citizenships in the Philippines. And again, this is all like being helped through some sort of like program where America came and like helped out or something. Again, I don't know exactly how the setup was, but it's something like that. And the story of Cambodians in America is we just sort of adapted to our environment. All my friends growing up, my neighbors, next door neighbors, I'm talking about sharing food together, friends with the kids, parents' friends. It was black people, was Somalis, was Mexicans, was other Cambodians, you know what I mean? It was just whoever was in the projects. I've been talking, man, I've been yapping, man, my fault. But that's the whole Cambodian side of things and why Cambodians are in America and shit like that. And like me falling in love with rap, everybody was rapping. Everybody at the bus stop was rapping, everybody at school was rapping. Everybody at home, my brother's a rapper, you know what I mean? Like, my dad was in his traditional Cambodian music. And, and that's just the way it played out. The people we looked up to was the ball players, the hustlers, the drug dealers, because that's what's in the projects. Like, that's, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. From the west side of St. Paul. Not West St. Paul, the west side of St. Paul. Shout out West St. Paul, though, but yeah.
So you could say you're a product of your environment.
Oh, for sure. I mean, everybody is, really. My mom passed away when I was 15. That's a whole nother hardship that I went through. I think that's what also made me who I am. My mom had cancer my whole life. She had cancer before I was born, and then after I was born, it came back. She might have had cancer when she had, like, you know what I mean? Who knows? But and I was born a little like handicapped. You know what I mean? Like I had a colostomy bag or whatever. Being born, I was born all fucked up. I couldn't poop for like 7 days as a 7-day-old baby. It might have been the result of my mom having cancer. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what it was, but...
What is it like being an artist pursuing a career in music and having 3 kids and a wife?
Hard. I'm punching the wall. I'm punching the air like every... No. It's definitely hard. I think the only people that would understand is people with kids like me. And it's just like the way it's all set up. I had kids back to back. So I have a 5-year-old, 4-year-old, and a 3-year-old. So it's always just been like taking care of a little classroom. It's hard, but again, it's not, okay, I'll take that back. It's a challenge. It ain't like hard because I'm obviously doing that shit. But there's a lot of times where it's stressful as fuck because I'm sitting there and I'm like doing dad shit. Because it's hard for me to half-ass being a dad if that's just the way I am. You know what I mean? I'm super dad mode, bro. Growing up again, just being a product of shit. Like I was in the projects, but I got a job where they came, the Science Museum of Minnesota, shout out them, they came to my projects and they gave everybody jobs. Like that was kids, that was, you know what I mean, obviously, whatever, in the low income community. So I worked at the Science Museum for like 5-6 years. So I always was like dealing with kids, and I apply a lot of that shit with my kids. A lot of it is like sacrificing a whole bunch of like time for studio or for touring, and you got to figure it out with your significant other if she can take off them days. And then at the same time they yapping, they fighting each other, they pulling each other's hair or something, and then it's all, but I want to write this song. And I was like with the Big Dragon, I just rolled with the punches. If I couldn't do a song right there at the moment, I got to be dad, I was just dad. I'll do that shit later.
I want to talk a little bit about your relationship with Prof and how that started and what that's been like so far.
It's been a blast. It's been amazing. The Prof and Stophouse are amazing people. They are genuine, supportive, loving people. You know what I mean? He came across my shit they came across it on like Facebook, like a YouTube video by me called Know Me Well. Make sure y'all check that. It's some older shit. They fucking loved it. The management is Stophouse. So Prof is my manager. Mike is my manager. Dylan Parker is my manager. It's not just one person, you know what I mean? So I get approval on things, or not even approval because they let me do whatever the fuck I want to do. But if I need any sort of anything from the label or the management, it's those three fellas.
Awesome, man. Well, I'm not going to take any more of your time. I know you got to jump on stage.
Yes, sir.
For those of you who want to learn more about Cashinova, check out his album, Big Dragon, just dropped in March. Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate it.